Hi, everybody! The tech sale is next week. The store actually is also next week.
Of course, I have to take a moment to introduce the two great pillars in my life my husband, Phil Beck, and our spiritual father, who is our pastor, Pastor Clint Ross.
Here's 5 ways to prepare for next week. Step 1. Get authorization email from the county's commissioner.
So, one of the most important things that you need to make sure you have is an email from the county commissioner confirming that you're an approved bidder. And then basically, it gives you your password. It tells you the dates that you're going to use them on the website. So, this one is mine for last year. So, the dates were May 8th to May 11th. But for this year, it's April. Okay. Make sure that it gives you the details like what's your username, what's your password, and look, it says here you cannot bid on behalf of another person. That's also very important. Uh, Make sure you read the instructions. Please respond to this email from your registered email address with confirmed and received to confirm your receipt for the password. And then, of course, make sure it gives you your username and your password that you're going to use that day. And then, number one, you will only be able to log in from one device at any given time using the username and password. And then all support, if you have any technical difficulties, I mean, it gives you the exact emails which you can correspond using. And then, of course, it gives you the auction website. It confirms your username, confirms your password, and then it says test login before May 1st so that you do not risk being not able to log in during the day of the sale. So make sure you do your test login. And then it says that there's a training, and of course it gives you your bidder number. So for me, I responded, I said confirmed and received because that is what they had requested us to do in the instructions of the email. So read your email, make sure you follow any instructions given, and in case of queries, use the support address email that they have put on the email. It usually takes a while before you actually receive this email. Like, for example, I did my registration in February, but you can see in April 9, that's when I received my email from the Lake County Commissioner with the details. So I think they really have a lot of people.
Step 2. Make sure to do all your research.
Yes, so as property investors, one of the things it's very important to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row. So if you go to the Onyx Electronics website, which is where the auction is going to happen, if you scroll down a little bit, it says research, 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 and then it gives you some four very important pointers. The first one says research property, which means drive by the property to make sure it is still there. So for those of us who are like in diaspora, those of us who may not be able to actually drive by, do the best that you can. If you have the means, you can even go to Upwork, you can even go to Fiverr or some place, or if you know someone who is in that area, let them drive by, take pictures for you so that you have the current pictures of that certificate that you are going to buy. It says we sell certificates by PIN. This is the GIS number, the personal identification number. If you have no idea what it is, I would advise you to go to the previous videos that we did. We went in depth into how to search your certificate using the GIS online. So it says register, which means definitely make sure you have registered for the tax auction and then bid and win. If you win the bid, you must go to court to obtain the deed before you enter the property. So this is just some legal information they're giving you so that you don't end up on the wrong side of the law. And then if you scroll a little bit further down, it says research. The importance of research cannot be emphasized so that by the time you are buying, you know exactly what you are buying. Okay, so research everything. Research liens, research demolition orders, research the GIS, research subsequent taxes because you'll now be liable to pay the taxes and everything. Know what you are buying. Hire an attorney if you're able to because the process is complex and all that stuff. Every year we have someone buy a burnt out house. So make sure you drive by the property. pictures and addresses on Google and other mapping apps are old, they're not always accurate. So this is just giving us a heads up that if possible, as much as possible, make sure you have 100% of the information, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the properties that you are intending to buy.
Step 3. Let's just stick to it.
So related to the issue about knowing the houses or the units that you're going to bid on, you also need to set your budget. How much are you willing to spend per unit? How much do you don't want to go over per unit? And make sure you have that cash in hand so that whenever the bidding goes on, you're able to pay for your bid whenever that is required. Yeah, so for this year's county commissioner sale, the minimum bid per unit is $500. The increment is in increments of 100. And then if someone has already put a minimum bid, which is higher than 500, that becomes the automatic minimum bid of that unit. And then you can also put your own minimum bid. If you want the computer to bid for you, you're also welcome to put that. Also, if you win the unit, you will, besides sending in the money for the actual bid for winning the house, you also need to budget for an registered agent who's going to do the title search for you, and a lawyer who is going to do the process, the legal work of transferring the deed to your name. And they charge per unit. So that's also something that you need to put in mind whenever you're budgeting for this whole process. Remember that, okay, supposing you get caught up in a bidding war and then you end up bidding over what was your budget and then you win the unit, now you can't pay for it. There are consequences for that. If you are unable to pay, they'll fine you and then also bar you from future auctions. That's one thing. The other thing, you have to weigh the cost and the benefit analysis, because remember, you are not in, like, for those who are not physically present in the area, you have to weigh the risk versus the reward. So, how you set your budget. Remember that you have not seen the house with your own eyes. You have sent other people to take pictures and send it to you. You have to rely on other people. How much are you willing to risk? Supposing whenever you win that property, what was in the picture is not actually what's on the ground. How much are you willing to risk? So, really weigh the pros and the cons as you are setting your budget so that you're not disappointed with the end result whenever the results come out.
Step 4. Remember to do the practice demo.
Please do make sure the time and the date that it says that you have to go and do your practice bid, make sure you log in and bid, so that you log in and practice how to bid, so that you can be able to familiarize yourself with all the buttons that are there, how to navigate. So for this particular video that you see here, it's for the 2023, because that was when I signed up to participate in the tax lien. So don't worry about that, but go in at the time that it said in the email and find out, so that you can know how to do the proxy bid, how to do a bid and a counter bid between you and a different bidder, how to navigate the buttons, how to know when you have won, when you have not won, you know, and how to see how the properties are progressing in that bidding process.
Step 5. Make sure you watch the explainer videos.
If you go to the county commissioner's website itself, they have also put some resources for prospective investors. So you go to Onyx Electronics. As you can see, the page is dynamic. Right now, it also has like buttons like search, login, logout, profile, contact, and all that. And it definitely tells you that the date for the sale is April 8th to the 11th. And so these videos, they are YouTube videos. If you click each button, it will take you to YouTube, and you can be able to see how to navigate the website itself whenever you log in, how to search, how to put in a proxy bid so the computer can bid for you, how to bid if you're manually, like physically present on the website during the bidding, during the auction, and then how to see removed certificates, so that you're not bidding a property that has already been removed from the sale. So I would encourage all of us, familiarize yourself with these videos so that you can be able to be knowledgeable whenever the actual auction starts.
Thank you
Thank you for supporting the
our
channel.
channel. Thank you for being a great viewer.